Snow drifted lazily from the sky, settling on the quiet streets like a soft white blanket. Christmas Eve had wrapped the city in lights and laughter, but not every corner glowed with warmth. Some places remained cold, unseen, and forgotten. Why is she selling bread on Christmas Eve? The question came softly, almost timidly, yet it stopped him mid-step. His daughter's small hand tightened around his gloved fingers as she pointed toward the end of the street. He followed her gaze. Near an old lamppost stood a little girl, no older than 8. Her thin coat was too big for her, the sleeve swallowing her hands as she clutched a small wicker basket filled with loaves of bread. The bread looked dry, uneven, clearly homemade. Snow had settled on the edge of the basket, and she kept shifting her feet, trying to stay warm. People passed her without looking. Some walked faster. Some glanced once and looked away. Others laughed, carrying wrapped gifts and steaming cups of coffee, pretending she wasn't there. She shouldn't be out here, he murmured, more to himself than to his daughter, but she is. His daughter replied, her voice filled with confusion rather than judgment. It's Christmas Eve. He swallowed hard. Christmas Eve used to mean something different to him. It used to mean warmth, music, a house filled with smells of cinnamon and baked apples. It used to mean his wife humming softly while decorating the tree, laughing when the lights tangled, pulling him close when he pretended to complain. That was before. Before the hospital rooms. Before the long nights. Before the silence that followed. Now Christmas was just another reminder of what he had lost. Daddy, his daughter said again, tugging gently at his hand. Can we help her? He hesitated. Helping meant getting involved. Getting involved meant opening doors he had worked so hard to keep closed. Since becoming a single father, his world had narrowed down to survival school runs, grocery lists, bills, and bedtime stories read, with a voice that tried not to shake. He looked at the girl selling bread again. She wasn't calling out to anyone. She wasn't begging. She just stood there, holding the basket like it was a part of her body. Her eyes fixed somewhere far beyond the street. How much? He asked quietly, stepping closer. The girl flinched at the sound of his voice, then looked up. Her eyes were large and dark, carrying something no child should ever have to learn caution. $5 a loaf, sir, she said politely. Her voice was calm. Practiced, too practiced. He glanced at the basket. There were 6 loaves. I'll take them all. She blinked. All. Yes. Her hands tightened around the basket. Sir, people usually buy just one. That's okay, he said gently. She hesitated, then slowly held the basket out to him. He handed her the money more than the bread was worth. She stared at the bills, her fingers trembling. This is too much, she whispered. He knelt down so they were eye level. It's cold. You should go home. For a moment, something flickered across her face. Then it disappeared. I don't have to go home yet, she said carefully. I still need to sell bread. His chest tightened. Where are your parents? His daughter asked innocently. The girl selling bread looked away. My mother is sick, she said after a pause. She sleeps a lot now. And your father? He asked softly. She shook her head. He left. The street seemed quieter suddenly. Even the laughter from nearby shops felt distant. His daughter stepped closer and held out her mittened hand. I'm Lily. The girl hesitated, then took it gently. I'm Anna. Their small hands fit together perfectly. You're cold, Lily said seriously. My daddy has hot chocolate in the car. Anna looked at the man, uncertainty flooding her face. That's very kind, Anna said quickly, pulling her hand back. But I can't. Why not? Lily asked. I need to finish selling, Anna replied, glancing at the empty basket, then at the street. If I go back without enough money, she didn't finish the sentence. The man stood up slowly. Anna, he said carefully. How long have you been out here? She shrugged. Since morning. His stomach dropped. That's all day, Lily said. That's too long. Anna offered a small smile. I'm used to it. That was the moment he felt something inside him crack. He had been tired for so long. Tired of being strong. Tired of pretending everything was fine. Tired of teaching his daughter how to smile when his own heart felt empty. But standing there, watching this child try to be brave on Christmas Eve, something stirred that he thought he had buried. You don't have to sell anymore tonight, he said quietly. Come warm up with us. Anna shook her head quickly. I can't just leave. You're not leaving, he said. You're coming with us? Her eyes widened. Sir, I don't. It's Christmas Eve, Lily said firmly. As if that explained everything. The man opened the car door, letting the warm air spill out onto the cold street. Anna hesitated, torn between fear and exhaustion. It's just hot chocolate, he added gently. Nothing more. After a long moment, she nodded. Inside the car, Anna sat stiffly at first, clutching the basket like a shield. Lily handed her a cup of hot chocolate. Watching anxiously as Anna took her first sip, her shoulders relaxed instantly. "That's really good," Anna whispered. Lily smiled proudly as they drove. The city lights blurred past the windows. The man glanced at Anna through the rearview mirror. "Where do you live?" he asked. Anna gave an address quietly. It was farther than he expected. "You walk all the way here?" he asked. "Yes." Lily's eyes widened. "That's really far." Anna shrugged again. "Bread sells better here." Silence filled the car, heavy and uncomfortable. When they reached the building, his heart sank. The apartment block was old, cracked, and dimly lit. The hallway smelled of dampness and neglect. "I can walk from here," Anna said quickly, opening the door. He stopped her gently. "Let us walk you up." She hesitated, then nodded. The apartment door creaked as Anna opened it. Inside, the space was small and barely furnished. A thin mattress lay in the corner. A small table held a few medicine bottles. On the bed lay a woman, pale and motionless. "Mama," Anna whispered. The woman stirred slightly, opening her eyes. "You're back," she said weakly. "Did you sell?" Anna nodded. "Yes." The man watched as Anna handed her mother the money carefully, like it was something fragile. Tears welled up in the woman's eyes. "God bless you," she whispered, not knowing who he was, not knowing why strangers stood in her doorway. Lily stepped closer to her father and whispered, "Daddy, can we help them?" He looked around the room, at the cold walls, the empty fridge, the tired child pretending not to be tired. He realized something then. This wasn't just about bread. This was about choices. And on Christmas Eve, some choices change everything. He took a slow breath. "Yes," he whispered back. "We can." And in that moment, none of them knew that this night, this simple act of stopping, was only the beginning. The apartment felt colder than the street outside. The heater in the corner hummed weakly, doing little to fight the winter air that crept in through the cracked window. Anna moved quickly, setting the bread basket down near the door, as if afraid someone might take it away, then straightened the thin blanket over her mother's legs. "You should sit," the man said gently, noticing how Anna swayed slightly on her feet. "I'm okay," she replied automatically, the way children do when they are not. Lily stepped closer to the bed and looked at Anna's mother with careful curiosity. "My name is Lily," she said softly. "I like your daughter." The woman managed a faint smile. "She's all I have," she whispered. The man cleared his throat, fighting the tightness in his chest. "I'm Daniel," he said. "This is my daughter. We met Anna outside." "Yes." The woman nodded weakly. "She goes there every day. The bread helps." Daniel glanced at the medicine bottles on the table, their labels peeling, some clearly half empty. He didn't need to ask to understand. "How long have you been sick?" he asked quietly. "A year," the woman answered. "Maybe longer. The doctors said rest, medicine. But rest doesn't pay rent." Anna looked away. Lily tugged at her father's sleeve. "Daddy, can we bring them a Christmas tree?" Daniel almost laughed, almost cried. "That would be nice," Anna's mother said, her voice barely audible. "We haven't had one since before." Silence filled the room again, heavy but no longer empty. Daniel stood slowly. "We should let you rest," he said. "But we'll come back." Anna's eyes widened. "You will?" "Yes," he said without hesitation. "Tomorrow. And tonight, we'll bring dinner." "But we don't have," the woman began. Daniel raised a hand gently. "Please, let us." After they left, the cold air outside felt sharper. Lily walked quietly beside him, her earlier excitement replaced with thoughtfulness. "Daddy," she said after a moment, "Anna is very brave." "Yes," he replied. "She is." "Her mummy looks tired," Lily continued. "Like you used to be." The words hit him harder than he expected. When they reached home, Daniel moved with purpose. He cooked more than usual, packed containers carefully, and wrapped a small artificial Christmas tree in a blanket. Lily insisted on adding a string of lights and a tiny angel for the top. "Angels help people," she said seriously. Back at Anna's apartment, the knock on the door felt louder than before. Anna opened it, her face lighting up in disbelief. "You came back," she said. "We said we would," Daniel replied. The smell of warm food filled the room instantly. Anna's mother tried to sit up, her eyes filling with tears as Daniel placed the containers on the table. "This is too much," she whispered. "No," Lily said gently, placing the small tree on the table. "This is Christmas." Anna stared at the tree, then at Lily. "For us?" "Yes," Lily nodded. As Daniel plugged in the lights, the dim apartment filled with soft golden glow. For the first time, the room felt alive. Anna's mother closed her eyes, tears slipping down her cheeks. "I thought God forgot us," she whispered. Daniel didn't answer. He wasn't sure what he believed anymore. But watching Lily hang the tiny angel on the tree, watching Anna smile like she had forgotten how heavy life was, something inside him shifted. They stayed longer than planned. Lily told Anna about school, about her favorite books, about how her mom used to sing Christmas songs, off-key. Anna listened quietly, soaking in every word like it was a gift. When it was time to leave, Anna walked them to the door. "Thank you," she said, her voice trembling. "I didn't know Christmas could feel like this." Daniel crouched down. "It's not just one night," he said. "We'll make sure it's not." Over the next days, Daniel found himself returning again and again. He brought groceries, helped fix the broken heater, and made calls he had avoided for years. Doctors, social services, old contacts he thought he'd never use again. Each visit, Anna seemed lighter. Each visit, Lily and Anna grew closer, whispering secrets, sharing snacks, laughing in ways that felt contagious. One afternoon, Daniel arrived to find Anna sitting on the floor, staring at her empty bread basket. "I didn't go today," she said quietly. "Why not?" he asked. "My mummy slept all day," Anna replied. "I didn't want to leave her." Daniel sat beside her. "You don't need to sell bread anymore." She looked at him sharply. "But then how will we live?" That question echoed in his mind long after he left. That night, after Lily had fallen asleep, Daniel sat alone in the living room, staring at the old photo of his wife on the shelf. Her smile felt like both comfort and accusation. "I don't know what I'm doing," he whispered to the empty room. But in his heart, he already did. The next morning, he returned to Anna's apartment with papers in hand. "I talked to someone," he said carefully. "There's help available, medical support, financial assistance, but it will take time." Anna's mother looked at him with disbelief. "Why would you do this?" Daniel thought of Lily's question on the street, of the bread basket, of Christmas Eve. "Because someone once helped me when I didn't think I deserved it," he said, "and because no child should carry the weight Anna carries." Anna stood silently, then suddenly hugged him, her arms tight around his waist. He froze for a moment, then hugged her back. Weeks passed. The snow melted slowly, and the city moved on. But something had changed in that small apartment. The heater worked. The fridge wasn't empty. Anna started school again, her breadbasket tucked away in a corner. One evening, Anna's mother called Daniel over to her bedside. "I don't know how to thank you," she said, "but I need to ask you something." He leaned closer. "Anything. If something happens to me," her voice faltered. "Please don't let Anna be alone." Daniel's chest tightened. He looked at Anna, sitting beside Lily on the floor, both girls drawing together, heads bent close. "I won't," he said firmly. "I promise." As he said the words, he realized they weren't just kindness, they were truth. Because somewhere between Christmas Eve and now, between bread baskets and small Christmas trees, his broken family had begun to grow again, and none of them knew yet how deeply their lives were about to intertwine. But they could feel it, like the quiet promise of spring beneath the snow.